Today, we have the Mental Health Awareness Month that we are celebrating with the cooperation of the Guidance Center. At this point, I would ask you all to rise, and will Legislator Sheila Marcotte please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of contemplative silence for our great country, its people, and those serving it around the world. Excellent. Thank you. Please be seated. This evening, it is a pleasure to welcome the Guidance Center of Westchester and join them in recognizing the month of May as Mental Health Awareness Month. The Guidance Center of Westchester has been helping those in need since 1942. Their caring, dedication, and hardworking staff and all the people that work with the Guidance Center have assisted people both young and old, regardless of circumstances or means. Their good work has enabled those they serve to lead healthy and, most importantly, dignified lives. On behalf of Westchester County, thank you very much. In the rotunda, you will find some fantastic artwork. And if you haven't yet had a chance, please, when you have a moment, go out and see the artwork and the poetry created by clients of the Guidance Center of Westchester. The exhibit is appropriately titled, "The Art of Mental Health." I ask everyone to please take the time to enjoy it while it's here, and want to thank those artists, of which we have some with us, for sharing their work. Very, very well done. Mental illness is something that affects everyone in one way or another. It is a disease that knows no political party, does not discriminate against young or old, race or religion, man or woman, rich or poor. But with the help of places like the Guidance Center of Westchester and the good people that give their time and efforts to ensure its success, I'm confident that we as a society can make great strides not only in the treatment, but in the acceptance of those who, through no fault of their own, have suffered from mental illness. Thank you all. And a special thanks to one of our own, to Jean Marzano, who has had a very difficult time, and with courage and grace, as she always exhibits, is with us this evening. And we thank her very much for bringing the Guidance Center to us this evening. So, now, at this time, I would like to invite the Honorable and Unsinkable Bernice Spreckman to the podium for the presentation of a proclamation.
Okay. Good evening. Okay. It is an honor to present a proclamation to such a worthy organization. I really want to thank the Guidance Center of Westchester for all their wonderful work with the mental health for everybody throughout our county of Westchester. Their work, especially for their work with seniors also. I have the senior committee, and I see with a winter like we had this winter, a lot of depression with people stuck in their homes for a good couple of months and all that, and they needed help, and you give them that help, and they sometimes are overlooked when it comes to mental health problems. So I'm very grateful to you, to the Guidance Center's attention to our senior population, and to everybody to live a fruitful life and be well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bernice. I just wanted to say, on behalf of the Board of Legislators, as the chair said, and as Legislator Spreckman said, I hope you all got a chance to take a look at the art outside, because it was really, really fantastic. The colors were so bright and rich. I really enjoyed it. As a matter of fact, I think the artists are still here. Can we ask the artist to please stand? The artist, can you stand up, please, so we can say hello? Still have the artist here? Okay, well, the three artists were here. We got to chat with them, and it was really great that they shared that with us tonight. This is a new event for us, Mental Health Awareness Month. We have a lot of months that we celebrate. This is a new one. So thank you, Bernice, for christening our new month. And I think it's important. Our committees of the Board of Legislators, as all the legislators know, including during our budget, we deal with mental health issues and funding here in the county for mental health. It's an issue that we really care about. There's no doubt that people are dealing with difficulty and stress. You can't help but notice that if you open the newspaper or turn on the news. And the fact that the County of Westchester and not-for-profits like the Guidance Center are out there helping people deal with their issues and getting proper treatment. We all know proper treatment is the key to dealing with mental health issues. So let's all keep working together. This is a nice start, that working together tonight, holding this event. And I want to invite Amy Gellis and members of the Board of Directors of the Guidance Center to come on up for the proclamation. Okay. Okay, we have a proclamation signed by all 17 county legislators, and I'm going to read the most important sentence in the proclamation. It talks about different mental health issues and the Guidance Center. The most important sentence here is resolved that May 5th, 2014 be proclaimed Mental Health Awareness Day in Westchester County. Want to take a picture? Come on, Bernice.
Okay. I don't want to. You want to go down?
That's okay. Come on, Mike.
27, the radio
Go ahead,
system.
get in.
Who's going to speak?
Taller than you, it's okay.
He's going to hand to me.
You look very tall.
Public safety. Okay, and then I'll pass out to public safety.
I'll give him the heads up. They're going to hold 6 hours.
Really?
Okay, next we're going to have Amy Gellis from the Guidance Center come up and say a few words for Mental Health Awareness
take
Month.
this back.
Thank you, Amy. Come on up.
Okay. So, good evening, County Board of Legislators, TGCW board members. That TGCW is the quick way of saying the Guidance Center of Westchester. Our students, their family members, and all other members of the Guidance Center of Westchester family. The Guidance Center of Westchester is honored to be here to collaborate with the County Board of Legislators to usher in May 2014 as Mental Health Awareness Month. Thank you to the staff at TGCW who made this happen. Mental health. We celebrate when we achieve it. We are ashamed when it confronts us. We get talking when it's in the news because something tragic has happened. We are quiet when someone we love has issues or it is time to fund it. A special thanks to the NBA for putting the word tolerance back in all of our vocabulary. At the Guidance Center of Westchester, we are proud to talk about mental health. For the 5,000 people who cross our doors every year looking to improve their mental health, we talk about how to find the most personalized, individualized way to get them on a path to a brighter future. And I'm proud to say it works. In Westchester County in 2005, the Board of Legislators started talking. And with their support, we now provide mental health consultation and daycare centers throughout the county. because in Westchester, we know early is better. We talk amongst ourselves, our board, and our colleagues, and tonight to all of you, about the extensive changes in how mental health is going to be financed and managed from the state level. We hope that the county legislators will talk and work with us to ensure that the capacity we currently have in Westchester County to provide high-quality, effective mental health services will be preserved as this transformation occurs. We are here tonight to honor Mental Health Month in our words, in our art, in our actions. Because as we say at the Guidance Center of Westchester, everyone in Westchester County should have the opportunity to learn, work, and thrive. And here to talk about how effective mental health counseling can be, I am pleased to announce and to introduce Dayanara, a student at Yonkers High School, where the Guidance Center has a school-based mental health program. Please listen to her story.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Dayanara Dalia, and I'm 18 years old. And I suffer from a mental illness. I have an anxiety disorder, but it didn't start off that way, so I'm gonna, for those of you who were just as confused as I was when I was told I had an anxiety disorder, it's when you suffer from severe panic attacks and you suffer from severe nerves, and it's difficult for you to be around people, and it's difficult for you to be able to do things if you don't have the right techniques to teach yourself to do so. So my struggle started at the beginning. I was 15 years old when I started to realize that my behavior was slowly changing into something that was not so healthy. My health teacher in my school was kind enough to touch upon a subject of mental illness in class, which does not often happen, and I am grateful for that. But I started to realize that my health was slowly deteriorating. I was having a loss of an appetite. I was having loss of motivation. I was constantly crying. I couldn't do my work, which is difficult for a 15-year-old in high school. And I went to, there's only so many resources I have in my school that they have available for us. And I went from counselor to therapists and teachers that the school offered, and no one was really there to help. And slowly, it's difficult when you feel like no one can help you, and slowly you start to give up hope. And it was 5 months later, when things were getting really bad, that I met my counselor for the Guidance Center. Her name is Miss Proclamation, and she's sitting in the back. And I was immediately welcomed in, and I was immediately taken in, and I started seeing her in the beginning 3 times a week. And that's a lot, because we were peeling back a lot of layers that I let build up because I was so scared of mental illness. I was scared of what people had to say. I was scared of what was happening to me, and it's an absolutely terrifying experience for anyone who's gone through it. And if you haven't gone through it, I don't think you could possibly imagine it. And we peeled back layers, so we started with depression, and we started going over my past and my eating issues and my fears that were there, and that was a 1.5-year process for me, just to peel back all those layers for them to finally get down to my panic disorder, which is where I'm at right now in my life, and that is 3 years later now that I'm 18. I started going to the Guidance Center about 6 months into seeing Miss Perleshi. So the Guidance Center has a center in New Rochelle that I started to go to. And that would really, really help me a lot, because no one had ever told me the kind of process that you have to go through when you have a mental illness, or the people that you have to see, because everything was so taboo about it. And that's all I had ever known. It was the taboo-ness of mental illness, or having it and not being able to say anything about it. And that's sort of the scariest part, when you have family or people around you who didn't necessarily, not that they didn't care, but they were reluctant to believe you. And I was really nervous when it came to my family as well, because I knew that people were reluctant, but here I am 3 years later, and my mother is sitting in the crowd, and she's one of the most supportive people that I have. And so it did get a lot better family-wise, and normally that stops people, but I never wanted it to stop me. And I'm glad the center was there to teach me and to guide me, and it's so important. And I'm going to be grateful forever for them. I'm so invested in this cause of mental illness now. I want to help people like people have helped me. And I don't think anyone should ever feel hopeless or like there's no other way. And every day I struggle still. It's not easy, but it's so much better than it was before because of the help that I've had. And now I can handle it better. I have the techniques. I don't have all the techniques, and sometimes days are bad, and days are gonna get bad. People have bad days, but at this point in my life, the good days outweigh the bad ones, where I was at a point in my life where it was nothing but bad days. And now every day I get to learn more about myself and about the people around me. And I'm currently in a program that I help other people who suffer with bouts of depression or anxiety. In my school every Friday, during the last period of the day, I meet with a bunch of students in my grade and in other grades, and we have a talk about how their anxiety is affecting them and how their depression or what they're going through is affecting them as well. And I am ecstatic to be able to help them. And I think that's what I really want to do, is I want to talk to especially the young kids, because I am a young kid myself. And I don't want them to feel scared, and I want to be there to represent them. And that's why I'm here today. So I volunteer to help, and I can now read people and signs, and I can go to people who know about everything that's happening to me. And that's better than what I'm always going to say that everything I have now is so much better than I had before because of the Guidance Center and because of what I went through. I know that mental illness is not a choice, but recovery is, and I think that I made the best decision for myself in a time when my thoughts and everything I had were telling me not to. And I want to help others, and I have made that choice to help others, and I'm glad that people have made that choice to help me. So thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new face of courage in these chambers. Wonderful. Another round of applause. Thank you for coming. And to all, please enjoy, when you have a chance, the artwork, and relish the fine work that has been presented to us. And thank you to the Guidance Center for your fine work. And if we can change one life, perhaps for the better, we've done our job, or begun to do our job, and this gives us an opportunity to appreciate that as well. So thank you. We'll take a 2-minute recess in place, if you would. Thank you for coming.